The financial world is under attack. In 2023 alone, the estimated global financial impact of fraud exploded to over $485 billion. This isn't just about small scams anymore. We're talking about sophisticated operations leveraging advanced technology against you and your bank. If you think your money is safe, think again. The rise of generative AI has weaponized deception on an unprecedented scale, making this a fight for the future of finance. But here is where it gets really interesting. This isn't theory, it's happening right now. In January 2024, a Hong Kong-based firm lost a staggering $25 million after an employee was duped by a deepfake video call. Fraudsters are no longer just sending phishing emails. They're creating hyper-realistic simulations impersonating CEOs and executives with startling accuracy. Your bank's current security? It's simply not built for this new era of digital warfare. Now, this next part is what nobody wants you to know. And it's only getting worse. A Deloitte report warns that generative AI alone could fuel an additional $40 billion in US fraud losses by 2027. This isn't just about financial institutions, it's about every individual account holder, every business transaction. The question isn't if you'll be targeted, but when. Your entire financial identity is now a potential target for weaponized AI. The traditional fraud detection systems of yesterday are obsolete. They rely on pattern recognition from known attacks, but generative AI creates novel, unseen threats. Michel Tressner, CEO of Threatmark, confirms that GenAI and LLMs have industrialized deception in fraud campaigns. This means fraudsters can launch sophisticated, personalized attacks at scale, making older rule-based systems irrelevant. Stay with me, because the next number will surprise you. Consider synthetic identity fraud, where fraudsters combine real and fake data to create new identities. Losses from this specific type of fraud soared to $35 billion in 2023, according to Fiverity. The Federal Reserve notes that generative AI is a volatile accelerant in this domain. This isn't a glitch, it's a systemic vulnerability. These are identities that don't exist, yet can open accounts, take loans, and disappear with your money. And then something unexpected happened. On average, organizations lost an astounding $60 million to payment fraud in the past year alone. This number is a stark indicator of the ongoing struggle. The old defenses, like simple velocity checks or static blacklists, are easily bypassed. Fraudsters are leveraging advanced AI to mimic legitimate user behavior, making it nearly impossible for humans or legacy systems to detect their presence. But here's where it gets interesting. Banks are finally fighting back with the same technology. A 2025 survey revealed that 53% of banking professionals identified AI and machine learning as their top spending priorities for 2026. This isn't just about buzzwords, it's about survival. They're not just investing, they're strategically rearming themselves for this digital war. But the real twist is still coming. And it's not just general AI. 53% of those same respondents specifically prioritized enhanced security and fraud mitigation in 2026. This is a direct response to the escalating threat. Banks realize that reactive measures are no longer sufficient. They need proactive, predictive capabilities that only advanced AI, particularly generative AI, can provide to stay ahead of the curve. Here is what almost everyone gets wrong. The comparison is stark. Legacy systems use static rules to identify known threats. But GenAI-powered defense systems learn and adapt in real time, analyzing billions of data points to identify anomalies that signal new fraud patterns. They can detect the subtle tells of a deepfake or the unusual transaction sequence of a synthetic identity before traditional systems even register a flag. But here is where it gets really interesting. However, this is a double-edged sword. While banks are adopting AI, so are the criminals. Datadome's 2025 Global Bot Security Report revealed that a shocking 97% of websites are vulnerable to unwanted bots, agentic AI, and LLM crawlers. This means the attack surface is vast, and the sheer volume of automated malicious activity is overwhelming non-AI defenses. It's an arms race, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Sara, director of enterprise banking at Alloy, notes that AI-enabled financial crimes have seen a measurable increase. This isn't anecdotal, it's a confirmed trend. The battle isn't just about finding fraud, it's about speed. GenAI can analyze transaction data, behavioral biometrics, and contextual information faster than any human team, identifying suspicious activity within milliseconds. Now, this next part is what nobody wants you to know. But here's what nobody is telling you. The real power of GenAI isn't just in detecting fraud, it's in preventing it before it even happens. Unlike older models that only flagged suspicious transactions, GenAI can predict future attack vectors by simulating potential fraud scenarios and identifying vulnerabilities in real time. This proactive stance fundamentally shifts the playing field. Stay with me because the next number will surprise you. The numbers prove it. Over the past 2 years, 42% of issuers and 26% of acquirers saved more than $5 million in fraud attempts directly attributable to AI implementation. This isn't just about protecting customers, it's about protecting the bottom line. The investment in AI isn't a cost, it's a strategic necessity, yielding tangible financial returns in a brutal digital landscape. This shift means GenAI is now capable of performing real-time identity verification, analyzing voice patterns for deepfakes, and even detecting the subtle, almost imperceptible behavioral anomalies that indicate a synthetic identity. It's moving beyond simple alerts to a dynamic, self-learning defense mechanism that's constantly evolving, just like the threats it faces. And then something unexpected happened. For you, the consumer, this means better protection than ever before. For businesses, this means dramatically reduced financial losses. But the choice is stark. 90% of payment leaders expect higher financial losses in the next 3 years if AI adoption and fraud prevention is not significantly increased. Complacency is no longer an option, it's an invitation for disaster. But the real twist is still coming. So, what does this mean for 2026? It means the comparison between legacy fraud detection and Gen AI is no longer a choice, it's a mandate. Banks that embrace Gen AI will thrive, offering their customers unparalleled security. Those that don't will be outmaneuvered, leaving their clients vulnerable to a new wave of industrialized AI driven financial crime. The resolution is clear. Seek out financial institutions actively investing in advanced AI for your security. Ask your bank what their strategy is against deepfakes and synthetic identity fraud. The future of your financial safety depends on the AI battle being waged right now. Don't be a statistic in the next fraud report. Here is what almost everyone gets wrong. The age of AI driven fraud is here, but so is the age of AI driven defense. This battle will define the financial landscape of the next decade. If you want to understand how generative AI is changing other industries and what that means for your job, then click on this video right here. The future is unfolding and we're here to break it down.